Hello everyone and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 as we're looking at our Airport Express. Why are we looking at the Airport Express? Well, basically because something pretty odd is happening there. We got 300 people waiting for the freaking airport. They want to get over there. 300 people. I have no idea how quickly or why they build up so quickly, but I guess 20 capacity for one train, even if it's such a short train, is not going to do it anymore. So we need to kind of like replace this one, or at least we need to modify it a bit. I would still like to keep the red arrow here that we have, the train from Switzerland, but as we can see, we can make it a bit longer. And I think let's add 2 more to that to have a 60 capacity for this train here. For our Airport Express, right? Because holy cow, that's a lot of people that are waiting to get to the airport. Of course, there's another problem at the airport, then those poor people will have to wait there even longer than here at this station, but at least they don't have to waste so much time anymore. And of course, it means also more money for us. So this one is going to be full. Let's just see how long it's going to be full. With 60 capacity, perhaps we need to reduce it. And it's also just looking pretty train like that to watch it as it leaves the station. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any other city like that on the map at the moment, right? Because I do love this whole system that we've created there with the Airport Express going back and forth, and then this very busy airport with so many people waiting. It might be a cool thing to have something like that here. For example, in Amsterdam, we already have that airport, just not an Airport Express. But we could do it in Amsterdam, right? Amsterdam is looking fine with the growth rating. I'm hoping that it's a bit more in the future. We need more fuel for it to grow, and destination looks fine, but fuel might be one of the culprits here that we need to look out for. Now, for fuel, we're going to have a look in a second. There's still something else now that has happened. With 1950, the World War is over. We're approaching the modern times. We have now a new airport type. We have the mega airports available to us. So these are really huge ones. Unfortunately, I cannot simply upgrade this one here, right? I could configure it and just have the same modules available again. There's nothing I can do other than something very painful. We need to completely destroy this one and replace it with the new one. I'm going to lose all of the people that are waiting here, but for the future, it's just going to be worth it. Now, so let's get cracking. Let's delete the airport. Boom, gone it is, but it's not completely gone. So if I place now at the same time the new airport on top of it, the waypoints at least will still be functional. So we get the message now that quite a lot of airlines are not working anymore, and we are going to make the new one now here. By the way, I could also choose 2 terminals right away. I could also decide the landing direction, left or right. This is new, so I can also have landing lights then for these runways. Let's place it now. I think over there, 23 million the new project cost us. Should be fine. Boom, there we have it. And in a second, I can also now configure my airport itself. So the hangar goes away there. We're going to have the 2 passenger we already have. Then it's the cargo 2 times, and then the hangar for the planes again. Right, so there we have it. And as we can see, the lines are there right away again. The only problem is perhaps that now there's no people anymore. So that's a big deal. And boom, also just adjusting here the platforms. All of the lines are working again. Now, of course, well, we need to wait here for new people to appear. We also got the new modern passenger terminals now, where we can already see what kind of aircraft we're expecting here in the future. Pretty funny, I think, because we don't even have aircrafts this size yet, but at least we got the buildings ready for that. Theoretically, the world doesn't know these aircrafts are coming. I know it by now. First planes are landing right away again. Now, of course, it's going to take a while before this one recovers again fully. There's also not enough people now for the airport waiting. It resetted it basically, so there's no other way around that. Unfortunately, what can you do about it? But I'm pretty sure we're getting back. And look at that, how much bigger it is, how much more space it has, and overall, the planes can also travel faster on these roads here then, because we do have asphalt roads now and runaways there. So we also have a higher capacity, and we could hopefully then add another runway here in the future. Yes, very good. As we can see, there's actually some people coming up again. Now, there was something else, though, that I've mentioned, and that is the whole oil business. Now, let's just check the oil. I want more fuel for my cities to grow. Here, there's 450 barrels of oil waiting for us. Where's the freaking train for that? Is it this one? Oil number 2? No, oil number 1. there's the vehicle that we have. You're not long enough. You have 36 cars on that. Let's just see what we can do here. We do have these cars here, not tank cars. So I'm just going to completely replace this train here now with the next fashion of what we have. I don't have a stronger locomotive though, as far as I know. It's this one here still. But we can now use these tankers here, and hopefully capacity is going to be a bit higher. Let's just see. Let's just see. Now we need to stop, and it's 495. So yes, there we have it. 44 million it costs me, and transport by half a train longer than the longest possible station. Oh, that's an achievement I haven't had yet. How very funny. There we have it now, with the longest train so far. Is it long enough? I don't think so. I think we're going to need more in that regard than later. There's... oh my goodness. I think this is growing more quickly now, because we have this train. No idea. I will have to do the same thing with the other train, because I think there's also that many barrels waiting. It's full at least, and it wasn't completely empty, so I still need to do something about that. It's still good though. Can we add more? It's not going to happen there. We need to replace it. The same thing. It's basically going to be RE once again. Hopefully we can replace this one pretty soon. And then we're going with the capacity of 390. There you go. Okay, that might be one way to solve the problem that we don't have enough oil here. I'm just hoping so. We got now 2 trains that are almost carrying 300 or 400 tons. This one is actually still not long enough, I think, for the fuel refinery over there. There is unfortunately no other oil deposit. This one here. Oh, over there we would have 2. At this point I can afford the tunnels though. That might be an option. That might be an option. Oil-wise, we are fine, right? So these new tankers will still be full. And yeah, I would like to add now another customer to this fuel refinery here. Transport, as we can see, is still a bit low there. The rest is looking good to upgrade it. And what do we have? We do have London, for example. That doesn't have anything yet. And as it happens, London has a harbor. We don't need this harbor anymore. I've deleted the ship line. It was just not very profitable at all. And what we can do here is a cargo harbor. There we have all the fuel departments. So I could have this one over there, and I'm just hoping that I'm getting enough cargo in. That's looking good. This one I think is looking better, because here, that's not looking good though. I think this one might be better. Yes, we can get a lot of buildings into the area for this cargo. It's not looking good, is it? That's a bit better. And now the only thing we really need here is for the ship, our first fuel ship line that's going from Paris West to London Port. Actually, this is the right name this time. And this is Fuel London for my ships. That's that. And the only thing I now need is tankers. We're probably going with 2 tankers. We got a few more ships here, by the way. So there they are. Axelp and Viola, already new ships. That's pretty good. Yep. And they're also much more powerful, twice as powerful actually, and also a bit faster than the old ones, the towboats that we have there. Yes, let's get this one out there 2 times for the Fuel London. Some more ships, and we are going to use that for the refined oil then as well right away. There they are, and yes, they're looking more modern now for the first time really. Right, so one is going this direction, the other one should be going in the other direction if it's working accordingly. It's not. Alright, so the other one I have to... Is the captain drunk? The other one I say have reversed order, right? So it's going now to London first, because they need to keep a bit of distance there. Now, since these boats can carry a bit more, I would probably like to replace it now, all my towboats, but we're probably going to sell a few of them now, because I think it's going to be a bit too much then. A lot of these ships. I mean, there's a lot of oil waiting too. Right, and there is already so much more oil now coming in. It should be fine. This one upgraded to level 2 already. It should be fine, yes. There's lots of oil waiting, so I think the amount of ships is fine. Oh, and look at that. We also got new planes. The Lockheed Super Constellation. I think one time for cargo and the other one for passengers. I'm excited to use them. They are looking big. They're looking really big. Let's just go ahead and Have a look. So we are using this one here, the Bristol Fighter at the moment, 14 capacity. And now we go for the new one, 18 capacity. At least that's something. And yeah, once again, faster. So we are coming closer to 500 kilometers an hour now. The L Lockheed is the first version of the Super Constellation cargo aircraft. The L-1049 was equipped with large cargo doors and a heavy-duty floor. Let's replace it. Oh, it's a big aircraft. We have a new type of aircraft. The big aircraft, they can't be used on small airfields anymore. So we need to replace all of these airfields actually with the airports. I would start with the Paris one next. We already have the Lyon, but I can't use better planes anymore. Once again, we have to delete all of those poor people here. Once again, the pain is real. I need to replace it. This time, though, we have a bit of a problem because the big one is touching the river on that side. So I will need to move it a bit further into this direction. I hope that it's taking over, right? The other one that we've had. Like here. That should be fine. Boy, that's really tough. It's also looking dangerously close to the mountains there. Hoping that's not going to be a big problem. There we have now some terrain that is looking messy. We can, of course, flatten this whole thing, or we can make it equal. There we have it. That's looking better again. And please, yeah, the passenger's looking fine. For the cargo, we will still need once again to get rid of that. Have the cargo terminals, 2 of them, and then the hangar. And it should work just like that. The old Paris, that is working. This one here, though, has nothing waiting at the moment. How's that? Yes, well, we didn't deliver anything yet to Paris here. The tools are being delivered with the ship. We have the construction material. That would be possible in the future, but not right now. There's also some fuel now waiting for London. Very good. And those ships are delivering all that oil. That is still an old ship there, by the way, that was replaced because it only has 200. Of course, that's something. For this one, the last plane is going out, and then we just do the same thing for that because I do need big airports everywhere. So once again, boom, with that. And once again, cargo airport this time only, though. There's not going to be anything else that we need here other than a connection that we have, and that should just work out fine. Again, it is perfect. So that we can use those now. For the Paris one to Lyon, we can now finally replace those vehicles with the new Lockheed Super Constellation. 19 people instead of 15. That's a minor increase only, but it's much faster, over 100 kilometers an hour faster. Let's replace all of them. And there we got those beauties now. I think this is one of the last ones before we start with the jets. Just hope so. There's already people waiting again. This is happening quickly. And it's full. It's already full. How very nice. Alright, the same thing for Amsterdam too, and holy cow, that was close. Look at that. Just this one here, and then it's the end. I mean, is this actually valid to start a plane in this direction? No idea. I hope it is. We might need to flatten this one a bit more in order to avoid any glitches or something like that. But holy cow, that was close. Otherwise, I would have needed to move the tracks there, right? Because there's really no other space in the other direction. This is a bit better now. Anyway, it should be fine. So there we have it. And yeah, once again, no people. But the cool thing is now we can also replace those planes that we have in Amsterdam, Lyon with the new Lockheeds and also with the jet engines that we get much later. Then hopefully there we have that. And then we still have one more Paris, Amsterdam. But we can also use the new one now for 7 million. There's already one of the new ones coming in. I love planes, really. If I do like something more than trains, it's planes for sure. By now, also our passenger train Vilnius to Amsterdam is making profit. That took quite some time. We have now quite a few more compartment cars, and as we can see, it is almost full, so that's a very good thing. Vilnius is really growing. It's getting the first skyscrapers there, kind of like skyscrapers. And I think we also, yeah, we're coming close to 400, making this one of the big cities in the world. We can, by the way, also have a look at what the biggest city right now is. Lyon with over 700 people right now and still growing into something. London, Paris we have then. Very nice, because of course Paris is going to be one of the other major cities. Where I could have an airport express. I do like that system. And then we have Paris, Hamburg with 400. And it's really cool that they are the biggest ones because they're also the furthest away from each other, right? So they're not all together at some point, but they're far away, making it really realistic to have another airport here, for example, and also full trains. There's also now just the first fuel coming in for London. 39 tons we have waiting there, so London is getting another boost here. But actually worth it. I don't think that this is really profitable. We might make some money now. 604,000, yes, but the maintenance cost is going to drag this one into the red again. But much more important is, of course, that London gets its next boost here to grow more quickly. And look at that. That station was outside of the city not long ago, and now it's basically within the city. I love that city building aspect of this game and how dynamic it feels, because whenever we just plump into the center of the city itself is adjusting to itself and building around it. Just beautiful. Now there's still this fuel refinery that bothers me a bit here. It's still not enough oil really coming in, and yeah, we can't really deliver that much fuel to the cities, and fuel is so important. We do have a couple of these oil wells here, and there is a fuel refinery, and up there is a Paris oil refinery, so this one there. That is of course a good strategy that we can have there, but it is pretty good. It's going to be really expensive, I think, building that the tunnel there. I mean, the cost, yeah, it's 50 million. At this point, we can afford it though. So I think it's safe to use this now finally and build something up here as well, next oil transportation, because the one that we have to the south, close to Lyon, is full capacity now, right? We don't have more oil wells there. I could build a few more if I want to, but that would be not so fun. Now let's go ahead and have the terminus station. It's going to be a pretty big and important terminus station. So let's make it 3 tracks for now, because there's going to be a lot of oil coming in here, right? And this one is then going outbound for the... oh my goodness, yeah, we'll probably have to have it over there, right? Because it's going to be really long, and this is for cargo stuff and stuff like that. What's happening? What is going on? Oh god, they have been using the same platform and are stuck with each other. How very unfortunate. This one needs to reverse for now. Right, off you go. That should work. But it doesn't. No path electric yet. This is a bug, a common one that I can't solve. So we need to sell this one instantly and need to build a new food one. I need to fix this one though, and I'm going to have a look at that later. For now, I want to finish this whole thingy there. So we have the station now. We still need to build a road to that station. Otherwise, it's not being connected, right? The two of them. Very nice. And now we need the tracks. Now, it's tricky, right? This one will need a tunnel. This one doesn't need a tunnel for now. Wasn't there a third one? There's the third one. Oh, fourth one, but they're really far away. Let's start with the smaller one that is close by. And this one also gets a... actually, this one doesn't need a terminus station. We can have a cargo station that just goes through. It's going to be very long. Once again, they just need to be that long. And there we have it, right? Because the cool thing here is then the other trains can just pass through here. And then we basically need to build it. And I think this is going to be, once again, pretty expensive. But it's definitely going to be worth it in the long term. Let's use this track there. 120, 1.8 million, and 120 always. Perfect. There we have it. This will be our next big cash cow. I hope so, at least. We still need a building for that. This one. And I wanted to go into both directions. And here. Now, it's going to be really expensive connecting this whole thing with the fuel refinery then at the end. But I hope that we get back the cost then quickly enough. There we have now a new line that we need to create for the train. And that's going from here, from Stonewall to Paris South over there. And this is Oil Paris. Let's call it Oil Paris to distinguish it from the Oil Lyon that we have. And then we just need really a train on that. And it's probably going to be a pretty long train that we need here. I mean, I'm not starting too long because that would be bad for business at that point, but I guess 200 capacity we can allow. 25 million it costs. Oil Paris, off it goes. Make me some money, please. Yes, at least the oil is coming in, as we can see, as it should. Now, the second oil well that I want to connect right away is taking a tunnel and is already costing me 3.7 million, but that's going to be worth it. There's now 2 of these oils coming in. We might actually have the other one use the platform too. Who am I? Now, this one still needs its connection kind of like with the depot, or we just really, I mean, come on. Let's just make our own train depot there real quick. That is connecting then. Right, and I can delete it then afterwards immediately. And then we're just going to have a new line that's from Stonewall Annex to Paris South, and this is Oil Paris 2. And once again, a beautiful big train for this one. Let's make this one a bit smaller in capacity because it's much closer. This might actually not be profitable. I have no idea yet. We'll just find out. I'm expecting some oil to appear here. Very good. Now, the most important thing and the most expensive thing is going to be the connection with that fuel refinery. For that, we do need... yes, we're going to make a cargo terminus station here. Because I have no idea what I would need the train or anything else. Sleepy Hollow, nope. We can have the cargo terminus station here. This actually works out. Perfect. There we have it. Right next to those two. And then... Wait a second. It does have its connection, right? Yes, for some strange reasons it has the connection. I think there it's making it. And then we need the tracks over the bridge first. Of course, we're going to have a good bridge for that. And then there's the tunnel. Holy cow. Holy cow. 26, 30 million. 31 million. I guess we have to live with that. Oh, and a bridge as well. Are you serious? There we have the 120 though. Perfect, so we can keep the top speed. But another million that it cost me. Ooh, that was expensive. Like, that was now 40 million in total with the stations and with the tunnels that this one here cost me. This better be profitable. Gotta say that. And then we are going to use, of course, another depot that I'm going to use here. And I'm going to delete this one afterwards again. Because who knows that? Who needs it that anyway? Once the train is out there, we can just replace it with new ones. And this one goes to Lower Paris then. And this is going to be refined Oil Paris 1. I mean, not that I'm going to need anything else here. And once again, a plane for that. This one. Let's just hope that that is enough. Refined oil. On its way, a new train that is going to deliver all that fuel. So there we have now 2 refined oils coming into this station here, into the Far Fuel refinery, and I'm hoping that we can level it up then with that. I really want to level this one up in order to get as much oil there. As we can see, it's down there again. There's another ship coming, but it's not enough, so I'm hoping that we can level this one up because we need all that fuel. We could also think about deleting that chemical plant here. It's not really needed. It's producing chemical stuff, but we don't really need that. No idea about that yet. Let's wait a couple of months and then I'll see if this is actually worth it. Stay tuned.